Men usually feels like they are superior when it comes to brain and its functions. Likewise, women think the same, and this is an old age battle. There's an age-old question. What's the difference between a man's brain and a woman's brain? Which is superior? Is it nature, nurture, or just a cosmic joke played by the universe to keep us arguing forever? In this video, we are going to analyze this fascinating, complex, and often hilarious world of neuroscience, psychology, and real-life experiences to unpack this topic. By the end of this video, we will know which gender will take the trophy, who will run over who. And like you all know, my videos are usually not biased. So regardless of knowing my sex, the real facts is what we will explore here. Do me a favor and like this video and smash the subscription or follow button if you haven't so far. I would be so grateful for that. Thank you and we love you. Men and women have structural, hormonal, and cognitive differences in their brains. But these differences don't determine intelligence, just how each gender processes information, emotions, and experiences. Now let's break this down. Among all, we are going to split and look through the 5 most critical angles as follows. Number 1 is the brain structure and function. Secondly, the hormones and behavior. Third, the real-life experiences. In effect, stereotype versus reality or cognitive versus behavioral differences. And fourth is real-life observation. And the fifth is the big picture, which is a spectrum, not a binary. We are going to look at this through these 5 different angles. Let's begin. Number 1, we are going to look it through the medical lockdown, which is the brain structure and functions. Medically speaking, men and women have more similarities in their brain than differences. But let's focus on the juicy bits where they diverge. Usually size matters, but not how you think. On average, men's brain are about 10% larger than women's. Before men start to flex, this doesn't mean being smarter or something like that. It's like comparing an SUV to a compact car. Both get you where you need to go, just in different styles. Women's brain, however, have more densely packed neurons in certain areas, which might explain why they are often better at multitasking. More on that later. Secondly is the hippocampus versus amygdala. Women tend to have a larger hippocampus, the brain region involved in memory and emotion. This might explain why your girlfriend remembers exactly what you said 3 years ago during that argument about pineapple or pizza. Men, on the other hand, have a larger amygdala, which is linked to aggression and processing fear. So while she's remembering the pizza incident, he's probably thinking, why is she mad? Is there a beer? Should I fight it? Or something like that. Going to the next, corpus callosum. This is the bridge between the brain's two hemispheres, and it's often thicker in women. This might contribute to women's ability to integrate logic and emotion seamlessly. Example, I am crying because you left the toilet seat up, and it's symbolic of your disregard for my feelings. Men with a thinner corpus callosum might compartmentalize more, leading to the classic, I am fine, why are you crying scenario? I hope we understand this. And that leads us to the second angle we are supposed to look at this from, which is the hormones, the ultimate puppet masters. Hormones play a massive role in shaping how men and women think, feel, and behave. Testosterone and estrogen aren't just about muscles and mood swings, they are brain influencers. Looking at testosterone, men have about 10 times more testosterone than women, which fuels competitiveness, risk taking, and the occasional urge to wrestle a body for no reason. It also explains why men are more likely to take off extreme sports or argue about who has the best BBQ skills. Testosterone also dampens emotional expression, which is why men might seem stoic even when they are internally freaking out. Looking at estrogen and oxytocin, women's brains are more influenced by estrogen and oxytocin, which promote bonding, empathy, and communication. This is why women are often the glue holding social cycles together, while men are more likely to bond over shared activities, like watching sports or fixing things that aren't even broken in the first place. That leads us to the third angle we are supposed to look at this from. Now, talking about real life experiences, i.e., stereotypes versus reality, or let's name it cognitive versus behavioral differences. Let's get real. The difference between men and women aren't just about biology. Society, upbringing, and cultural expectation play a huge role in shaping how we think and behave. Let's begin with multitasking. Women are often held as multitasking queens, juggling work, family, and social obligations with ease. Men, meanwhile, might struggle to text and work at the same time. This isn't just stereotype. Studies suggest women brains are better wired for multitasking, while men excel at focusing on a single task, like assembling furniture and machineries, or staring at a single lady for 10 minutes straight. Now, let's look at this through communication. Women tend to use more words. They use about 20,000 words per day compared to women's 7,000, just 7,000 words. This isn't because women are chatterboxes, it's because their brains are wired for verbal expression and emotional connection. Men, on the other hand, are more action oriented. Why say 20 words when a grunt and a nod will do? Now, looking through spatial skills, men often outperform women in spatial tasks like reading maps or rotating 3D objects in their mind. Logical thinking. This might explain why men refuse to ask for directions. They are convinced they can figure it out. Women, however, are better at remembering landmarks and details, which is why you will hear them say, turn left at the central bank, while men are still trying to calculate the angle of the sun. Usually, with regard to this, for students, you would notice that men can spend minutes, hours thinking of a problem, like any question given to them. They might spend quite a long time trying to process it, thinking it, and understand it, while women simply go to somebody that already understands it to explain it to them. Now, let's consider memory. Usually, women recall past events, conversations, and anniversaries, while men remember sports statistics and some random facts. Yes, that's how it is. Now, looking at problem solving, women talk it out for emotional support, while men, on the other hand, either fix it immediately or just ignore it. The fourth is the funny and sarcastic side of things. Now, let's face it, the difference between men and women can be downright hilariously. Here are some light-hearted observations. Let's look at shopping. Women can spend hours browsing, comparing, and deliberating over the perfect pair of shoes. Men, on the other hand, will just walk straight to the store, grab the first thing they see, and be done in 5 minutes, unless it's a hardware store. Then they will spend hours debating the merit of different power tools. And guess what? This is very, very relatable. I know of a friend that when he goes to his wardrobe, anything he sees at the top is what he picks. Unlike women that will take them hours thinking of what to wear today. In fact, sometimes they have to spend quite an amount of time to think of what to wear tomorrow. And if that tomorrow comes, they still think, should I still wear it or just change? And this is also something I can tell you about myself and my wife. My wife can take 2 good weeks thinking of whether to buy that phone or not. Thinking of what phone to buy if she wanted to change her phone. Unlike me, the day that my phone started to misbehave, give me some form of headache, I go straight to the market and change it with anyone that I see that I feel can handle my tasks. Next is memory. Women remembers everything, birthdays, anniversaries, and that time you forgot to take out the trash in 2017. Men, remember? Well, they remember the score of the 1998 Super Bowl. Priorities, right? Yeah, priorities matters in this case. Problem solving. When faced with a problem, women tend to talk it out, seeking emotional support and solutions. Men, however, will either try to fix it immediately or ignore it and hope it goes away. This is why you will find men trying to fix a crying woman by offering solutions while she just wants him to listen. Cue the frustration. The big picture. This is just a spectrum, not a binary. While it's fun to compare men and women's brain, it's important to remember that these differences exist on a spectrum. Not all men are emotionally reserved, and not all women are naturally multitaskers. Individual differences, upbringing, and personal experiences play a huge role in shaping who we are. So, the next time someone says men are like this, women are like that, take it with grain of salt. Or better yet, laugh it off and remember that we are all just trying to navigate this crazy world with the brains we've got. And if all else fails, just blame it on the hormones. Now, here's my final thought. Or let's say, here's our final thought. Men and women might have different brains, but at the end of the day, we are all just trying to figure out how to work the remote. And that's it. Now, let's look at the overall scorecard. Final score. Out of 18 points discussed here, men win 7, women wins 9, and there are two ties. And if we are actually going to look through this, women are the winners. Women take the crown in this battle, excelling in emotional intelligence, multitasking, memory, and social adaptability. Men dominate in problem solving efficiency, spatial skills, and risk taking. Both genders have strengths that balances each other out. So instead of arguing, let's just accept that men will never remember anniversaries and women will always take forever to pick an outfit. Got it? Now, here's a detailed men versus women comparison table, breaking down each category and awarding a winner based on strength in each area.